We are.
Hey, good morning. It's live and local real talk on your Wednesday morning, hump day.
Hump day.
And welcome back, Chris. It's so
Thank
good
you.
to have you back in.
It's good to be back. I tell you, I miss sitting in here with you.
I know, we've missed you too. And hey, Rayford. Rayford will be back in just a few minutes. He had to run a quick errand, and he will be right back.
I didn't mean to chase him away.
Chris came in, and Rayford left. He's like, oh, Chris is back.
I'm out of here.
So how have you been?
Good. Just taking care of Kathy and some other things. And
sometimes life has a way of just catching up.
It does. It really does. But I listened every morning. I still got the call in. And
yes, you did. Thank you.
And as always, the show is supportive and is supportive of Crime Stoppers and Reach Across America, which we're getting ready to go full force. But yeah,
we'll talk about that in just a minute. Good morning, everyone. I'm Lee Barrels.
And I'm Chris Marks.
And we're so glad that to be alive and to be here today and start a new day. And it's hump day. We're halfway through the week.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
And may get some rain, which we desperately
need. Yes, we desperately need it. The rain chances have dropped a little bit, but they're still predicting that we will get some late this afternoon, early this evening. Saturday is looking even better for rain. And I was so happy because I spent most of the day yesterday finishing planting what I had got Saturday at the big plant sale for the Master Gardeners Extension Club. I'm going to tell you what, I bought some stuff.
So did a lot of people. That place was packed.
Yes. Well, I got there. I pulled in right behind Rayford and Robbie, and it was like 7:45, and there was already people in there. And I was like, man, we should come at 7:30. But I went and started grabbing plants, and I got a magnolia tree, which I've always wanted one because I'm so jealous of Rayford and Robbie's tree here. Right. It's beautiful. And then I got a fig tree. Yeah, well, we'll see how that goes. And then I got some flowering plants to help with pollination, and then I got some veggie plants. But man, just like, where am I going to put this one? I'll put it over here. Yeah. No, and then my magnolia tree, I had to put a little fence around it. I had to build a fence because of the dogs.
Of course.
You know, it's not a fire hydrant, guys. It's a tree. So anyway, but
Kathy bought some nice, big. They're heavy. They got to be 30-pound,
right?
Counting the pot and the dirt and everything.
Wow!
But they're beautiful, and they take full sun.
Yes,
and which is what we need a lot at our house. We do still need some rain, though. I tell you, people are cutting dirt.
Well,
your
watering report today is go ahead and water this morning.
Yeah,
because if we do get showers, it'll be late this afternoon, maybe early evening, maybe a little later. And we don't expect a lot at this time.
No.
But don't let this plant sit there all day long and get hot and thirsty.
Yeah. No, and I put some sod out yesterday.
Did you?
Well, I mean, it was supposed to rain, and it's going to rain, but I watered it anyway.
Well, back last month, I had put some weed and feed in my front yard because I've got this one patch of that purple dead needle. And it was a little purple flower plant that you see in everybody's yard. It killed them, but it left a bare spot. Oh, yeah. So I put down grass seed, and I didn't water it like I should. And of course, that didn't take. But I had the big brown spot in my yard. But we're going to get it right.
Yeah,
we're going to get it right.
It's still early. It's not
right.
We haven't hit May yet.
So today's April 29th. You still have 2 days to buy tickets.
Yeah.
For the Crime Stoppers big fundraiser.
I'm waiting to hear from Heritage School in Richlands. They said they had a big order they were getting ready.
Really?
They were going to put in, but yeah, we've had some very, very good response. I think I'm on my box that's marked at the end 1,500.
Wow.
Which would be, if we sold 1,500 tickets, that'd be great. But yeah, it's been a great response from the community.
That's great. We live in such a great community anyway. So.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah. And Crime Stoppers, this is their big fundraiser every year.
It's our only fundraiser. Yeah.
Fundraiser.
Only one we do is in April, and we do it, with Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue. So you get your choice. Barbecue or chicken, your choice of sides, including one of the choices could be Brunswick stew, which I didn't
banana
know.
pudding.
Yeah, I'm sorry. No. I do have
Get
to.
back on the banana pudding thing.
That's one of my selling points when I get to the secretaries at the school is, and I'm sorry, banana pudding is not a side dish.
Wow. I know it.
It's still a dessert, but so yeah, if you'd like a ticket, you can still reach me at 910-389-8698. More importantly, you can reach us here at 910-333-0139.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, it used to be behind me, and I still remember it. I didn't have to look at it.
Oh,
I still remember it.
You know, sometimes when I go somewhere and they ask me for my phone number, I start to get in this one, and I'm just like, wait a minute, that's not it.
Right.
Well, I guess the big news of the morning. Oh, yes, it hit yesterday afternoon. Former FBI Director James Comey arrested. Well, he's not been arrested yet that I know of, but an arrest warrant was taken out for him. The grand jury indicted him on 2 counts of attempting to threatening the president, threatening to do bodily harm. So anyway, look, boss is back in. I decided to just stay right here. Yeah. I knew you'd be back. Well, we were just getting ready to start to talk about James Comey.
Who?
James Comey.
Some guy that likes
our neighbor.
Guy that likes Emerald Isle beaches, likes the sand, likes the show.
Isn't he a has-been?
Well, he's back in the
back in the news again. I was like, and the grand jury with the Eastern District of North Carolina is the one that indicted him. And I'm like, what? Eastern North Carolina? We're in the news again.
Is that the one in New Bern or Wilmington?
New Bern.
New Bern. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
He, I heard he's going to turn himself in next week.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's going to turn himself in.
I think we should go down there.
To the courthouse?
We should go down there to the courthouse or wherever he goes, the sheriff's office or whatever.
We could probably just get in Rayford's boat and watch it from.
Let's just go to his house.
Let's go. Yeah, we the 3 of us last night, we were doing some investigating and
you know who found it, right?
Yes.
I know exactly where it is.
Well, this one right here to my left, he started in on the records. He's like, I got it. And then you did your thing. And
well, you gave me the name of the house.
Yes, because I looked it up. I did some research last night.
And the name of the house was disgustingly easy for me to find.
Yes, C-section.
Yeah.
Why C-section? Neither one of them are doctors. Actually, the house is owned by someone other than James Comey.
Yeah. Well,
David Sedaris.
With the satellite technology and then it just showed just an address.
What if he'll come stay at the beach house when he comes down? Tell you, we need to go stalk.
It's a very nice house.
Yes.
I've got the interior layout, seen pictures of the interior.
Yeah.
The exterior. It's been around for a while. It's not one.
We know what day the garbage man comes. Everything, it's just we're bad.
Well, I found one that I thought it was it, and that said the price of the house went down by $1 million.
That's not it.
I didn't figure it was.
I think Chris is joking. Anyway, want to read the indictment? Count 1. On or about May 15th, 2025, in the Eastern District of North Carolina, the defendant, James Bryan Comey Jr., did knowingly and willfully make a threat to take the life of and inflict bodily harm upon the President of the United States, and that he publicly posted a photograph on the internet social media site Instagram, which depicted seashells arranged in a pattern making out 8647, which is a reasonable recipient who is familiar with the circumstances would interpret as a serious expression of an intent to do harm to the President of the United States.
Whether he intended actually to do harm to the president, it's doubtful.
Right.
But you make a threat these days, whether it's your intent is really to do that or not, they take you deadly serious. Okay.
Right.
Now, brought up to you because we talked about charges being dropped or whatever, or him
Right.
getting out of this at some point in time. It's a good possibility. But the thing is, I'm folks who are on Facebook, I'm going to do something right now that if I was a school kid, a school child, a child in anywhere from kindergarten to what, senior in high school, if they did this to another kid, you know what? They would be arrested. And you know what I'm doing?
Yes,
I'm
yes.
pointing my index finger at Lee, and I've raised my thumb up in the air.
Yeah.
Raise your thumb to me.
Look at that. And they would be arrested for it.
Yeah.
They will definitely be out of school for a while.
Definitely.
Now, what is the difference in that and putting 86, 47? 86, we know what that means.
That's right.
Take them down, take
Terminate.
them out, whatever.
Right.
And number 47 is the president's number.
Right.
Now, you tell me why that is not a threat,
Well,
especially when you're dealing with the president.
right.
You hold your nose and blow your nose around the president, you may be arrested for trying to poison him with snot or something.
Well, Chris has got count two.
Count two. On and about May 15th, 2025, in the Eastern District of North Carolina, the defendant, James Bryan Comey Jr., knowingly and willfully did transmit in interstate and foreign commerce communications that contained a threat to kill the President Donald J. Trump, specifically by publicly posting a photograph on the internet, social media, Instagram, which depicted seashells arranged in the pattern, making out 8647, which is reasonable. Recipient who is familiar with the circumstances could interpret as a serious expression of intent to harm the president.
And as the former director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, he knew better.
Oh, yeah. He knew better.
If somebody on his watch had done that with another president, for instance, he would have investigated and he would have brought charges against him.
Yeah.
If you or I or Lee, maybe not Lee, but if one of us had done something like that, he would have arrested us as the director of the FBI, and he would have made a big deal of it.
Sure.
So,
Sure.
I'm sorry, James, baby, you did this one, dude.
Yeah, the interesting
Now
thing.
all they got to do is prove it was him.
Well, yeah,
Right.
and that's going to be the other part. I mean,
Well, the grand jury felt like they had enough.
Who else is going to take
to
credit for
indict.
it?
Yeah.
hey, wait a minute.
Yeah,
He didn't do
that's
that.
a
I
good
did.
point.
Yeah, that is
Who
a good
else?
point.
I wouldn't be accepting that responsibility.
What I found interesting is, as Lee has this, and then you go into the forfeiture notice that he would forfeit that property that is not
It's not
his to forfeit.
No.
I don't know.
It's
why.
owned by David Sedaris, who's a renowned author who writes books.
Mhm.
And he's got a lot of books out there.
Well, hey, that's other things that will happen to him. He will lose a whole lot of rights if he's convicted.
Mhm.
Right.
You know that, right?
Oh, he can't vote.
Let me do this other thing. He's got a retirement from the federal government.
Oh, my gosh. Will he lose that?
Uh-oh. Why not? If you're convicted of a federal offense like this, you think the FBI is going to
curious.
take care of that? They going to let you have your money? No, baby.
Well, I think, didn't he say that this is punishable for up to 10 years?
Yes.
I think I saw
10
that.
years
Is
per
it in
count.
this one? Yes.
I didn't hear his response to questions of the charges
I
against
don't
him.
know what he said.
Yeah.
Don't care.
I
think he said something like "Surf's up. I'm out of here."
Yeah, he was just like, this is just a witch hunt, blah, blah, blah. I did nothing wrong. I'm not guilty. And we'll win this in court like we won everything else. And I'm like, okay.
Wow.
Still, it's not a good look, Mr. Comey.
This is not becoming anybody who's ever worked in law enforcement. And if you're a director of the FBI, it's really not becoming.
Right. Oh,
So,
yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
you're the one that brought this one up. Not much, not me.
Well, I noticed on his little presser that he did through social media, he looking kind of pale.
Mhm.
He should look kind of pale.
Yeah. Well,
Here in North Carolina, the Eastern District of North Carolina, we don't take a lot of stuff here.
No.
Okay. We don't take a lot of garbage here. So, dude, sorry, I don't know whether you're guilty or not, but if you are, shame on you. Shame, and shame on you.
Acting AG Blanche, is it Blanche?
Blanche.
Okay, said yesterday during a press conference that both of these counts carry a maximum term of imprisonment of 10 years. I think it's fair to say that threatening the life of anybody is dangerous and potentially a crime. Threatening the life of the President of the United States will never be tolerated. And this investigation didn't just now come about as a result of a lot of work by law enforcement over the past year. While this case is unique, this indictment stands out because of the name of the defendant. His alleged conduct is the same kind of conduct that we will never tolerate and that we will always investigate and regularly prosecute.
When, let's just say that for whatever reason, he's found not guilty if it gets that far, or they drop the charges. Let's just say that occurs. Do you not think that anybody else who makes any kind of a threat against the President of the United States won't use that as a reason not to be arrested? If the charges can be dropped against this man, why should I be arrested for doing something stupid too?
True.
And really, I will go back to school children who get arrested and suspended from school or expelled from school for doing things the same way with their fingers. There have been kindergarten kids who have been booted from kindergarten for doing that.
Absolutely. And just like you brought up a very good point, school kids, their actions in school, whether they manage or not, innocent or not, they're booted out of school.
Yes.
For doing,
why would they not use this as if the FBI director, the retired FBI director can get away with it? Why can't I as a child?
This is a true story. When we lived in Regalwood, and there was some thugs, hoodlums, whatever you want to call them, but they're
thugs.
Young. Okay.
Thugs.
Yeah. And they were doing something, and Onslow County Sheriff's Office deputies arrived and they were doing stuff, and we were just watching from the road. But one of them went and questioned somebody in the street because one of the kids had said, and Rayford is exactly what you just did, said that one of the adults went like that towards the child. Yeah. Nothing happened. I mean, it arrested me, but that's a threat.
It is a threat.
I mean, especially today, this day where you can carry, and
absolutely,
you got to watch what you do. Watch what
you
say.
You know what? The whole thing is Comey knew better. He knew better.
He was being a stupid little kid.
He was being just ridiculous.
And I don't know if a quantity of wine was involved or not, but it doesn't matter. He was on the beach. He can drink all he wants as long as he's not driving.
And we have a caller.
It's a stupid thing to be doing.
Right.
Unfortunately, we cannot charge you with felonious stupidity, but we can charge you with this.
We have Tom. Calling.
I was always in favor of charging people with stupidity. Good morning.
Morning, Tom.
Morning. Did Rayford just call me stupid?
No.
Is this Professor Tom?
Yes. No, this is Tom A.
Oh, okay.
No, I was talking about felonious stupidity. They never let me arrest anybody for that. Now you can't arrest them for making a threat against the president, and Comey is guilty of felonious stupidity if he put those seashells in that order. He is guilty of that. But that's not a charge, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he got very stupid and tried to get onto a trend that was going around with the 12-year-olds and the 18-year-olds, and thought, look, I'll be cool with everything. But I think he ought to be arrested for his actions while he was with the FBI because of him and his other people that he was working with the false presentation before the FISA courts and everything else.
Absolutely.
He came as close to treason as you could possibly get. But he should be arrested for all the false statements and everything that he made then. But this thing that they're going with now if there's one Democrat on the jury, he's going to walk free of this.
Oh yeah.
They're going to say he's a Democrat. He's against Trump. He can do whatever he wants to.
I'm not sure it will get to a jury ever, but that's, it's going to be quite a while down the road, even if he gets that far. So
Good point.
they got a lot of judicial folks to get through before he gets that far.
Yes.
Tom, I'm not sure which network said it, but they were talking to one of their quote legal experts. They said it'll be 10 years down the road.
Yeah.
At a minimum before it ever does reach courtroom.
And if it's going to be 10 years, then there's no justice anyway.
Now let's make a deal.
If you don't put paperwork down there to arrest somebody, if you're going to take 10 years to send them to jail, the guy can die 20 times by then. He can leave the country and never come back. They tell him what he do for this charge. He could go to Australia and they could refuse extradition.
Well, what I would like to see when he makes his first appearance in court, the judge really should take his passport away from him.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the first thing that should be done to make sure that he does not leave the country and leave our jurisdiction. Period.
Well, they gave that choice to a guy, I can't remember who it was, out of Minnesota. And they said, you will either pay $500,000 bond or you will pay $200,000 bond and surrender your passport. He paid the $200,000 bond and went to the nearest airport. He's over in Somalia now.
Yeah, well, they got private planes that people get on too.
Yeah.
We've already got the man fleeing the country.
I can't make any comments online. I made some comment about a Democrat being a traitor yesterday.
You got banned again.
And they got me banned again.
What?
Again?
Tom is always sending me messages. I've been banned.
Well, that used to be a thing. What was it? Banned in Boston?
Poor Tom. He's been
on Facebook, it's banned if you tell the truth.
Yeah.
So,
Tom, have you ever thought about an alias?
Yeah, you need to get
I've got two Facebook traces to that space, but they turned around and somehow connected them. I've been banned on one, I've been banned on the other.
Well, you need two different servers from whatever company you've got that come into your house, cable things, and that way, that's a way to get around it.
You have to have a
I'm
fake name.
I'm poor, I can't afford it.
Or use your telephone as your hotspot, and or use your wife's telephone as your hotspot.
Wife. Never got around to having one of those. Didn't come in to see that.
A hotspot or a wife?
The wife.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of Tom, look, Tom is a great cook.
Is he?
And we should have gotten him to enter the contest this
If
weekend.
he's a great cook, I don't want him
When
in
is
the
the
contest.
contest?
It's Saturday.
3
Saturday.
to 6 at the Tech Center.
What time?
3 to 6.
No.
It is 3 to
This coming
6.
Saturday.
This
Yes.
Saturday. Yes.
Is it too late to enter?
3 to 6.
I don't know. Call Royce Bennett over at Century 21 this morning.
Royce, call us.
Okay,
It's 3 to 6.
He'll
Yeah.
sell me a house.
Well, he can sell you a house that you can cook in and enter the contest.
Well,
Tom.
I'll tell you what. How about you think they'd make a tomato juice pie?
Tomato juice pie. Well, that ought to be interesting.
I've never made one, but I was thinking about making. Have you ever heard of the old water pies, the Depression-era water pies?
No.
They used to make water pies out of water and a couple of little ingredients that would taste like kind of a very smooth apple pie.
Yes.
And so I've taken this recipe and I've used it to make a coffee mocha pie, pineapple juice pies, and a couple of other different things, just substituting the water, because it would be water, flour, sugar,
Right.
vanilla, and a couple of other things. You can look it up online. And I'm just substituting other things to find out what would make good pies. And I'm going to tell you what, the coffee mocha pie is outstanding.
I don't like coffee.
You don't have to drink the pie.
I don't like the taste of coffee.
Okay. Then you wouldn't like it.
That's right.
You would
Pineapple.
like the pie.
You mentioned
You'd like the
pineapple.
smooth pineapple.
You mentioned
Yes,
pineapple. I'm good.
It's a cup and a half of pineapple juice, 7 teaspoons of flour, some sugar, and then put butter vanilla flavoring on top and cook it. It's you go online and look up the ingredients.
I've
You
seen
just gave
people
it to me.
use 7-Up.
I mean, you can look up how to cook it.
7-Up.
7-Up as your I've seen, Tom, have you seen the ones where they use 7-Up and they add the flour and the vanilla and it's a 7-Up pie?
I have not seen that. Well, that would be basically the same
Right.
pie, only using the 7-Up.
Right.
Can you use some chunks of pineapple in there too?
I guess you could put some pineapple slices at the bottom.
What I wanted to bring up is that he makes a mean pot of beans and ham or beans and beef, whatever.
Well, you need to start that today
Oh my
because it'll
gosh,
take that long.
so
Bean
good.
soup.
Well, I just cooked beans and beef with
Yes.
onions
Lots of onions.
yesterday.
So
Half an onion into a 5-quart crock pot.
Is that navy beans?
no, it's like
Pintos.
Pinto
yeah.
beans. Okay.
He's
Well,
brought
you
some of
still
that.
have baby beans here in the South.
Yeah, I've heard.
It's really good though. He used to bring big pots of it to some of our events. So good.
Yeah.
Then I'd go home and want to make some. And then after another bowl of it, I was like, I'm done. But oh yeah, good. He does. He cooks really good, Rayford. We should have had him in the contest.
You should be in it. If not this year, you'll be in it next year.
Well, call Royce. Maybe he's got room for another table.
How much does it cost to get involved?
Nothing.
Nothing is free. You just go in there.
You got to cook enough for 125 people.
Yeah.
3 ounces each.
You get those little cups. You can go to Sam's and you just dish samples into the cups as
I
people
get them
come
up
by.
here at the Piggly Wiggly wholesale place
Yes.
up here on 17 North.
Yes, our insurance commissioner was coming, but he backed out at the last minute.
Chicken.
Mike Causey. He was scared. He
So
said,
7-quart crock pot wouldn't be enough.
"Oh, certainly."
7 quarts, probably not. I cook 4 gallons of my stuff that I'm cooking.
Oh, yeah, I think you'll be
Okay.
fine. I
Well, they
think
come
you'll
back
be
for
fine.
thirds and fourths of yours.
Yeah,
That's
they
fine.
try to, yeah.
That's because we're winners. No, but call Royce. Call Royce.
All right, maybe I'll do the beans. Maybe I'll do a chicken stew.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh,
Chicken soup's good too. I like that. I'd like to have some of that right now.
y'all making me
All right,
hungry.
I'll let y'all go.
Bye,
All right,
Tom. Thanks for
Tom, have a
calling.
blessed day.
Bye-bye.
Oh my goodness gracious, that's great. When it's weather time, it's now time. Let's look first at today's marine forecast. Winds and seas continue to diminish overnight as high pressure builds into the area. The National Weather Service expects calmer seas today out to 60 nautical miles. That might change. Westerly winds today, offshore 10 to 15 knots, seas 5 to 7 feet. There's a slight chance of showers this morning. Then an increasing chance of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. Oh, that will be good. I got no problem with it. I'm looking forward to it. Northerly winds tomorrow, 15 to 20 knots, gusts to 25, seas 5 to 7, a chance of more precipitation. Friday, northeasterly winds 10 to 15 knots, switching around to the east in the afternoon, seas 4 to 6 feet, a chance of showers in the afternoon.
Today we have a 70% chance of showers and possibly a thunderstorm starting late this afternoon. Mostly cloudy with a high near 74. Calm wind becoming south 5 to 8 miles per hour in the morning. New rainfall amounts between 1/4 and 1/2 inch are possible. Tonight a chance of showers and thunderstorms. Mostly cloudy with a low around 57. Thursday a slight chance of morning showers, cloudy through the mid-morning, then gradually clearing with a high near 76. And Friday a slight chance of showers after 2 p.m. Partly sunny with a high near 73. And Saturday, it looks like we may get a good soaker come through, but we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see.
Okay, if you folks out there, I'm gonna give you some ham radio folks are in the area that are calling in every morning with weather information, just so we'll have it. And it's also great training for this group of people. They get up, they check their weather gauges, they do stuff, they call it in early morning. And we tell you what it's like here, there, and everywhere. But the Onslow Amateur Radio Club's a good group of people. Got about, 50, 60 members all total. They're meeting this Saturday, 0900, 9 a.m. It's going to be meeting at the EOC, the Onslow County Emergency Operations Center. That's where the tall stick is tower over there in the Commons. That's, go look for it. You can find it. It's about 400 feet up. if you've got an idea that you would like to become a ham and or you want to get a little bit more information, these guys, any of us will talk to you. We'll talk you into it or out of it or whatever you want. But it's not expensive. It's not nearly as expensive as you think. You got into it. You got a mobile setup and a base setup.
Yes. And a portable.
And a portable. And you didn't spend a whole bunch of money on all of it.
No,
not
probably.
what people think.
Yeah.
Now, you can spend as much as you want. The longer you're in it, and they're going to have these little deals here, deals there, and hams they never have enough equipment. All right, they just never have enough equipment. But you can always find used equipment. That's the best way to go when you're getting started, particularly when you're getting started. But the meeting is it's Saturday at 9 a.m. If you want to come by, you'll have to listen to some business. It doesn't take very long to do it. And you can sit up, talk to people, get to learn how to study for your basic license if you want to do. It's fun. If you're new to the area and you're a ham, you haven't joined the club yet, come on down. So anyway, every morning these guys meet, and this morning Randy out there in the Southwest, he's on his golf cart. He put a ham radio on his golf cart. He drives around the neighborhood on his golf cart in the mornings with his dog, Boomer. And he just meets and greets people, kids standing out there waiting for school buses and stuff. They all meet. They all have to rub a Boomer. It's a thing. He reported in this morning, 50 degrees and Southwest community, 99% humidity, 29.94 inches of mercury. He had some fog, some little kind of high fog out there, and I can see it right now. It's way up there. You could call it low clouds if you want to. Nothing in the rain gauge and no winds at the time. Lee, back from up there in West by God, Virginia. Area 51 degrees this morning, 99% humidity, 7.3 inches of mercury, calm, no rain. Carol called in this morning. She's over in Riverbend. She and Dale, her husband, live there. 53 degrees, 99% humidity, and it was calm conditions, no wind. And when we come back, after we talk with Dr. Rose, we can tell you about the borough and some other areas out there. Doc, what's going on?
Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Rose.
Ooh.
Oh, you're back.
I'm back. I have missed you.
Oh, I've missed you too.
He may have a lot of questions. Yeah, well, we miss you all the time. He may have a lot. You know what? We talk during the week, and even when I'm talking with my wife and other people and stuff like that, I'll say, you know what? That's a great question, because they'll be talking about something medical, and I say, well, I'm going to ask Dr. Rose. So it's always something that comes up, and of course, Chris over here, who's been seeing doctors lately, wishes he was in your neck of the woods.
Well, I did actually. I was taking my wife to a lot of appointments. So Chris is healthy. But,
he's healthy.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm glad you're healthy, but I'm sorry that your wife is not feeling well.
She is doing better. She's doing. I'm very proud of her. She's doing very, very well.
Oh, I'm so happy. It's good when you can find good doctors to rely on, and then your health gets better because of that.
Well, yes, it does.
I thought about when I get to talk to Dr. Rose again, because I'm usually always kidding about the toy box, which I
knew the toy box was getting in this morning.
Well, I can't not talk about the toy box, but I did have a joke for Dr. Rose today. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Why are pediatricians so happy?
Because they get to see children and make them happy.
That's close. They're always kidding.
Oh my gosh.
I like that.
Okay,
Lee's just boning me, saying, "Oh Lord."
That's a good one.
I did roll my eyes a little bit.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
But I guarantee you're going to be using it when you're talking with some of your patients, aren't you? Do you know what? Pediatricians like me are always happy. Why? Because we're always kidding. Oh, I don't understand.
We all love you, Dr.
And you'll have to
Rose.
explain it to them.
Thank you.
I know we all
I
love you.
feel
absolutely.
very, very loved and welcomed.
Well, we appreciate you and appreciate you all of these years chatting with us on Tuesday mornings, especially. But it's always fun to talk with you, because we talk more than just little kids. because there's so much in our environment that starts with little kids that spreads on up the chain. So,
well, that's true, and I think if we could get a handle on this little kid thing, then in 20, 30 years we wouldn't have to worry so much about our country.
well, then we lock them up for the first 18 years of their lives, and then we all be better off.
I don't think that would be the method.
Darn.
I got an idea.
Uh-oh.
I visited Dr. Rose's office, staying there for about a week with all the toys, and pretend you're building a real nice world.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? If more people would come in and spend the day and follow me around, I think that you'd be able to maybe write a book or understand the world a little bit better.
Huh? I'm up for it.
You go ahead. I think it's good. I think we should all three
That would be the
collaborate.
nice thing. I used to say if they would follow me around some of the places that run and hide, they would probably need to. But if they would follow me underwater, seriously, if they would just learn to dive and follow me underwater, we will find a better world, and you really won't care about some of the stupid things that go on.
I've heard that. I've heard that people that do scuba dive, they find a very different perspective, and sometimes they don't want to come back.
It's the best therapy in the world. Cell phones don't work, and people try to talk, they drown. So, it solves a lot of problems like that. Nobody talks to you. Your cell phone doesn't work. Just take it with you and it'll never work. But it is great there. Fish come up to you. They're friendly. You see many, many thousands of fish in a heartbeat. And they're just there. They don't consider you an enemy as long as you're not aggressive. No sudden moves. Just swim right through them. I have swum. You've seen these fish, these thousands and thousands of fish in a big pod, they call them, feeded on the surface, near the surface. Yeah. I mean, tens of thousands. They're small fish. What is cool is to just get down and underneath them, because they're a pod, and just surface right in the middle of them slowly, and they just part and make a big hole for you to come through, and you clear that, and they come back together again.
Wow.
It's amazing. It's just amazing to see it happen.
I think it's time to send Mr. Rayford back on a scuba diving.
Oh, God, yes.
I think you're right.
Absolutely. I mean, I think
Definitely
about
is.
that. And sometimes when I'm looking through my computer, looking at stuff, looking for something, and I start finding pictures, then I forget what I'm looking for, and I can spend hours looking at some of these old pictures I've got.
Yeah, in our previous trips, and I don't know, Dr. Rose would know this probably. I never found any place to snorkel in Punta Cana. Did they have snorkeling there?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. You do have to look for them online, but they have a lot now.
Oh, wonderful.
I mean, they probably did before. You just had to have the right contact. But now you can find them online. All you have to do is put in Punta Cana or beach trip, Dominican Republic, and you will find it.
But I'd put in snorkeling in your search.
Okay. Yeah. I love snorkeling.
And you'll find private guides who are excellent at that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. Oh, God, she's looking for a guide to teach her how to snorkel.
Why
not?
Absolutely. I would too.
Well,
There you go.
The last time I snorkeled was in Antigua, but it was so hot. The sun is so hot there that even with a shirt on, you will get.
You need to take. You grease yourself down if you're snorkeling. Yeah, you will get burned.
Yeah,
but here's a secret for you folks who want to do that in the Caribbean: go before 10 o'clock in the morning, and when the sun's at a lower angle, and then again after 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Visibility is still great. It's calm, peaceful, and you don't have that baking, blistering sun beating down on your heads.
Well, you bring up a very good point there, and Dr. Rose, your give us all some guidance on, we're getting ready to take a beach trip and we're taking our kids out to the beach. What do we need to do as far as protecting them against the sun, having snacks for them? Explain a nice day at the beach.
Stay awake for one day.
That is a wonderful idea. Well, first of all, get up early.
Right.
And even before that, if we can do a little bit of a parent homework and figure out that beach. Beaches are all very different. They're like kids. One beach can be a little craggy. Another one, the sand is soft and whiter, and another one has worse riptides. You really have to know your beach. And this is coming from a beach girl from the Dominican Republic. You just have to understand the beach that you're going to be going to. Some are very crowded, some are not crowded at all. So know your beach, and then given that information that you have about that beach, talk to the kids. Give them a little bit of background. Maybe there's something, that else that you can do. Maybe even something historic for 250th year anniversary. So have another thing planned in case it rains or in case the kids need something else to do. But so that you can talk about things that are exciting about that beach. Maybe shipwrecks and pirates and Theodosia and great stories even before you get to the beach. Then scope it out and tell the kids these are the things we need. We need some sun protection. We need to take these chairs. Everybody's going to chip in. We're going to take some lunch so we don't have to spend extra money. Make it a really fun, planned trip. Don't just get in the car and tumble out. Make it a fun trip.
Yeah.
And make sure they drink plenty of fluids. You might have to stop and go to the bathroom, so make an allotment for that too, because they need to be very hydrated because it's going to be sitting in the sun, and they might not have a lot of bathroom accessibility, so that make sure that they go right before you get to the beach. I mean, there's a lot of planning in going to the beach and having a fun time. You can definitely have some of the best trips I can remember as a kid were family outings at the beach. Make them something memorable by planning them, exciting the kids, and then making sure that you take those precautions like proper sun protection. Hats on kids' heads is very important. Making sure that they come out of the water properly, that they understand when you signal them that they're looking at you from time to time, and then giving them a rest, seeing if you can give them some shadow protection when they are rested before you go back in, and then have a time to come back out. Sorry, it was so long.
No. That's great information. I'm going to add a couple of things too. Pick a spot where there's a lifeguard on duty.
Yeah.
Hang out near the lifeguard stand. That's a kind of a key. And when your kids are in the water, keep your eye on your kids. If you got 23 kids you're taking, count them first and then count them again.
Yeah.
No, seriously, you really need to make sure you can see and look. There's 1, 2. I got them all right there. And like you said, water is extremely important, and just staying cool. You can take water and pour on kids when they get really hot, and it helps chill them down in case they do get overheated.
I like that. So, extra water.
Just save those big bottles of jugs of milk. Take the bottles and put them in the refrigerator. The smart thing to do is to freeze them overnight, and that way they will be thawing out, and they will be hot. They'll be cool or whatever. That
is a great idea. I love that one.
Yeah.
And then use your extra spray bottles to put some water in as well.
Yep. With some mint or something.
Yeah, so you can do that too.
Dr. Rose, question spray versus lotion. I noticed when I'm out at the beach, a lot of people use spray.
Yeah, you can smell them downwind.
Yeah, and I mean, one thing is they're wasting a lot of spray because the wind's blowing it.
It's got aerosol.
Yeah, it's got aerosol. But for children, would you recommend lotion over a spray?
I think that because of physics, I would recommend lotion. Mm-hmm. Spray looks really cool, and if you have it, use that. Right. But when it comes to just thinking of the physics of it and how lotions versus sprays are absorbed and spread on the skin, I think I would go for the lotion instead. It doesn't have to be super thick, although when it's thicker, it will stick on your skin. But also remember that SPF is according to the time of protection.
Yes.
so that you
Right.
don't get unlimited protection.
Right.
And really, realistically, to me, if you're going into the water, the most protection that you're going to get is maybe half an hour.
Mhm.
So that it will need to be reapplied. So make sure that you take something that you can liberally reapply. But because, like I said, because of the physics of it, the answer to the question logically to me is a little bit thicker is going to stay a little bit longer.
Now, if the water is rough out there, if you will stop and you will buy it in advance, order it online, pick a book up that talks about seashells, pictures of seashells, identification of the seashells,
That's
a little bit of
good.
information about the seashells. So when the water gets too rough for the little ones to be in it, or they get bored or whatever, they start picking up some seashells, and you can look at them and find them in the book and say, "Here's this. Let's look for the seashell." That is intriguing for little kids.
Mm-hmm.
I like that too. Very good ideas for beach trips.
I tell you, one of the things I noticed that kids like to do, especially at the base beach, is looking for shark's teeth.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, and the base beach is filled with shark's teeth. But yeah, kids are infatuated with those.
Once you
those
find a shark's tooth, sharks lose their teeth a lot, and they got rows of teeth. They don't have just one row; they
Right.
got several rows of teeth. Don't. We will go back to that again. But and there are sharks in the water. There are sharks everywhere. But they're I've been amongst them, and I've got all my digits. So they're I had to push a couple of them out of the way a couple of times, which it's fun. They're not aggressive unless you got fish on you. Dead fish, bleeding dead fish is they want your fish. They don't want you. They want your fish. So give it to them, and then swim away. But the waters are fun to be in. Just respect them. You don't have to fear them. Learn about them enough so you can respect them and how to overcome any obstacles that will arise.
I got one last myth or fact for Dr. Rose. 15 minutes after you eat before you go in the water.
Oh, yeah.
It used to be an hour. What are you talking about?
Well, it was 15 for us.
I've heard this story so much. Now, I grew up in a Dominican family, and they wouldn't let you go into the water for an hour. They
That's right.
said that you would get indigestion. Now,
Cramps
I
is
never
what they
wound up
told
getting
us.
indigestion. And when I went into the water and they started yelling at me, I would walk sideways farther away from them. And I would have little kids come after me and say, "Hey, girl, there's a whole bunch of people over there and they're trying to get your attention."
She's
And
a
I
spunky
look over
little
and I say,
thing.
"I don't know those people." I keep on walking. So teach your children to pay attention to you. I'm sorry. I don't think that there is a real a real source to the indigestion thing. I do think that the body can be a little bit traumatized by changes in temperature. So maybe what it is you shouldn't, right after eating, you shouldn't have a huge change in temperature. So just make sure the water's really cold.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that has to do with indigestion or anything, but you can shock the body. But people do it all the time, and they do fine.
Yeah, well, people in my family, they used to say, "You're going to get cramps. You'll get leg cramps if
Yeah.
you go in that water after you eat. You got to have 1 hour."
Off of eating a peanut butter cracker, Rayford?
Well, no, we didn't eat peanut butter crackers. We ate full meals when we were out. Sandwiches and stuff, Made our sandwiches and
My
whatever.
family did too. They would bring out their whole pots and pans
Yes.
onto the beach, and there was nothing that embarrassed me more and made me walk even farther away from them.
Oh, my gosh.
If you guys have never been where the locals go on some of the islands, that is the greatest indoctrination to society. You can get to meet people, and they will share their food with you.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I'll tell you what.
I'm in.
They got some good food too. I've never been to a Caribbean island and did not have some of the greatest cooks in the world.
Well, Dr. Rose, Chris called you a rebel rouser.
that was in a sense, a quiet rebel rouser. But yeah, I didn't want to be with this huge crowd, so I just kind of walk away a little bit.
I would.
You were looking for a guy. I told what you were doing.
She was looking for
I don't think
snorkeling
so. I was
lessons.
looking for some peace and quiet.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Dr. Rose, we thank you. We appreciate it as always. And this is all medically related for kids, by the way, folks.
Absolutely, every single bit of it.
But seriously, it is. Your kids need more than just, go to the doctor and get a shot. They need to know this kind of information. And the doctor can't be with you all the time unless you want to pay her a lot of money. But otherwise, you need to pay attention, and you need to pay attention to your kiddies. Teach them while they're at the beach. Teach them while they're at the
And
beach.
share your stories. Share your beach stories. Share
Absolutely.
your outing stories.
Yeah.
Those little things, Mom and Dad were actually little. They were kids one day.
Yeah.
So surprised.
Yeah, when I was that tall, I could only go in water this deep. So you can't go in water any deeper than that.
So,
That's right.
take Dr. Rose's advice because she's not kidding.
No, she's not kidding.
That's cute.
Dr.
I
Rose,
had to.
thank you. He had to do it. Thank you, Doc.
You guys have a great
You
week.
too.
You
We'll see
too.
You
next
too,
week.
Dr. Rose.
It is summertime. It is vacation time, and a lot of people will be taking advantage of the beach, and they'll take the kids with them, which is great.
Right.
Don't leave them home. Take them with you, but just precautions, and precautions. One of them is do not go to sleep. I know, ladies, you love to roll over on your bellies to get your back suntan too. It's okay,
Right.
but you need to have two mamas there. Your daddy, he's worthless, but have some mama, have another family there with a mother. What?
Man, there's
They
a lot
are.
of dads right
They
now
are.
getting ready to comment on that.
But they're overly protective, is what I'm
Oh
saying.
my-
Yes.
They are worthless. Get in here right now. I mean, they will.
Mhm.
That's going to be like the first sergeant calling you. Okay, that's basically what that is for a dad at the beach. Chris, am I wrong?
No,
Not at
Dad
all.
was that way.
Yep.
5 boys, yeah.
And you too, no doubt about it. I am.
Yeah.
But it's have somebody responsible in addition to you if you're going to roll over and not be paying attention to what's going on with the children. And that includes when you're sitting there and you got your earbuds in and you're listening to a book or music or whatever. Leave that crap at home. You can read if you want to, that's what you want to do, pass your time. But if you got kids out there, put that book down and do not clutter up your ears with something so you can't hear people screaming and hollering. Your mom, your kiddies out there, baby, calling for you. They
Right.
need
Yeah,
some help.
absolutely.
Don't.
It only
Go deaf
takes
on the beach.
a very few seconds.
Oh yeah, 2 minutes. You turn around, they can be gone.
That's right. Or got caught in that rip
Oh,
current.
they will walk down the beach
Yes.
200 yards before you can turn around.
Yeah.
And then try to find one little kid in a crowd.
And
Good
get too
luck.
close to the parent, get
They all look
snagged.
alike, y'all. Have you seen a little kid this tall, blonde, blue eyes? Yeah, 40 of them right over there.
Yeah.
I've been part of those help things. Okay. Joe down in the borough, one of our ham guys, he said it was 56 degrees there this morning, 99% humidity, 29.95 inches of mercury. I think that's like perfect barometric pressure right there. It's 29.9. But
was
that's
mine?
going to be changing. That's going to be changing.
Well, it was
His
29.9.
his winds were southerly, but they didn't even register on the machine. James over in Bladen County, 55 degrees and cloudy. Brian in the borough, he checked in. No, he didn't check in this morning, did he? That's right. Well, we did get Ward over in Cedar Point, 59 degrees there, 96% humidity, 30.03 inches of mercury. Winds out of the northwest at 1 to 2. And did I tell you about Ward over in Cedar Point? I did.
Yes, you did.
Okay, we got Ron over in Verona. I don't know exactly where in Verona he is. I think I do. So I'm going to have to ask
It's
you
a
about
very small place.
about addresses and stuff. 55
Right.
degrees. It's south of Jacksonville.
Right.
80% humidity, and he had fog. Randy also reported some fog in his neck of the woods in Southwest this morning. So we thank those guys who check in
Yes.
the mornings. It's good to have a little bit of information about what the weather is like here, there, and everywhere. So you'll get an idea that it's very variable. It can be very variable.
You talk about Verona. We all remember going 17 south
Across the
on
railroad track.
17, 2-lane road, and Verona was right there on the road, and there was a little gas station there. Remember always stopping at the gas station for nabs before you went to the beach?
Mm-hmm. Sure did.
Did you go in?
Yes.
Did you see all the skulls and stuff around? Alligator skulls and all that stuff
I
in
don't
that building?
really remember all that.
Deer heads, antlers.
No, I don't remember that.
Really?
No.
It must have been at a different station then.
No, it was that one right on 17, which is now you have to go take an exit to go
And
to.
during hunting season, that was a location where they would bring their deer at after in the afternoon late. And that's where they would dress them out.
When we were teenagers, we didn't look at anything but the candy counter when we went out.
All right. Well, what do you guys think, Heather? We need some feedback. James Comey, should he be indicted? Do you think this is a political stunt? I'm not sure why it would be a political stunt now. Do you think there's politics involved? Well, yeah, in everything there's politics.
Right.
If he did what he's accused of doing, that was a political statement. So there's politics involved. I mean, the guy got fired 2 or 3 times, right? As I recall, he kept getting fired from this and that. And he, I was amazed that Trump kept him on.
Well,
first go round.
Maybe is this part of the reason why Pam Bondi got fired, got let go?
Politics.
Yeah, because she didn't go after Comey.
It's not that you don't go after somebody. If there's been a crime that looks like on the surface a crime, a criminal that you prosecute other people for, then would that not be wrong if you did not bring charges, or at least let a grand jury bring the charges? Now, see, the DOJ did not bring charges. The Department of Justice, they did not bring charges against him. That was, they brought a information. They presented a case to a grand jury, and the grand jury, a majority of the people on a grand jury, doesn't have to be a unanimous decision on a grand jury. A majority of the people on this federal grand jury in the Eastern District of North Carolina, they said yes, true bill of indictment. So that's what happened. Hey, Steve, you got cooking anything?
Good morning. How are you doing today?
Good, Steve. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. Glad you're back, Chris. Hope everything went well with your wife.
It did. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
On the road.
All right. I was hearing what y'all was saying about the Comey indictment this morning, just a second ago there.
Yeah.
And if they got a grand jury to bring an indictment, it's worth a judge listening to.
It is.
But of course, it didn't happen in a vacuum. The understanding was why Pam Bondi got fired, was because she was not aggressive enough against the people that Trump wanted her to be aggressive against, and was failing to indict those people.
Well, here's the problem. This investigation has been going on since last May.
Yeah.
Well, now, I heard Todd Blanche this morning say that there was an investigation that didn't turn up nothing, but then they did an investigation that did turn up something. So I'm interested to hear what that might be.
I'll have to hear more about that. I did not hear that.
Right, me too. I just heard it this morning where he did an interview with Cash Patel, and that was what he stated, that they did a new investigation, and the new investigation turned up stuff that returned an indictment where Pam Bondi couldn't get one.
Which is not
unusual. Don't know if it's true. Don't know if it's true or not true, but yeah.
That's not unusual in any cases when a district attorney or a prosecutor or whatever will say that we do not have enough information about this yet. That's not enough evidence. They'll send it back to them, and then they go and reinvestigate or come up with stuff. That's standard. I mean, it happens a lot. It's not standard. It happens a lot.
It does. So I'm interested to hear what they got. I do have a problem with the President of the United States directly instructing an Attorney General on who to go after. I would state again, you do not want to see a Democrat do this.
I don't want to see anybody do it.
No.
Right. I'm not saying you particularly. I'm saying people in general when I say you. I don't mean you.
I know, but I don't. We don't need any politically elected person telling anybody else that has been appointed to a position dealing with something like an attorney general or an FBI director. We don't need to tell them to go get Chris Marks. You know, that's just not correct.
Chris wanted to club him.
and that's the thing I got the problem with, is that, you know, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think the right is setting themselves up for the left to do the same thing.
There's no doubt about it. Well, the left has kind of done that same sort of thing too. You know what? They say, go get Trump.
It's been implied, but it's never been openly and so direct. You know,
when they went after him in Mar-a-Lago,
Joe Biden might have done that.
Oh, he did it.
But it was not the same, not quite the same. A grand jury issued a subpoena for Donald Trump to return all those documents, and he ignored it.
Yep.
He ignored it. So at that point, any Justice Department should have done what they did, regardless of who they were dealing with. If you defy a grand jury subpoena, we all know what that's supposed to mean. What happened to him is exactly what's supposed to happen to everybody.
And it would.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so that's why, you know, the whole Mar-a-Lago thing, he created that. He demanded that they do that.
Mm-hmm.
So that wasn't something you could necessarily pin on the Biden administration going after him. He begged them to come to Mar-a-Lago and take those documents back.
I don't want to minimize this, but if you hire somebody, you put somebody in a position to do a job, you should let them do their job.
Yep.
Simple as that. Steve, when you're hired out to perform, I don't think you get or would expect anyone to tell you how to do what they hired you to do. They had enough confidence to hire you to put you in that position, right?
Yeah, I won't nitpick that there are some that have. I get your point.
Well, there will also be those that are going to walk up to you, and justifiably so, and do what you're working for me here. I would like you to play this song.
Right.
And if you don't, then, there are repercussions for that, right?
Mm-hmm. Charlie.
Oh, yeah. I've had people, anyway, well, that's a sideline. But yeah, you're correct.
No, I've been there.
If you hire somebody, you should let them do it. But then there's a lot of people who micromanage the people they hire.
But and,
and that is very prominent throughout,
society.
Everywhere you go. Yeah, society. That's what I was going to say. I've been hired as a supervisor and had somebody try to tell me what I could have on my desk. I mean,
being a television news director, yes, the general manager is in charge of me, but he does not dictate what goes on the news. That did or tried to.
Right. And that's kind of that's what's happening at the top level. Mm-hmm. It's being directed. And honestly, I feel kind of weird about the whole Comey thing, man, because he played a outcome determinative part in Trump becoming president in 2016.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
He actually did something he shouldn't have done that helped Trump become president.
You're dealing with the what's her face. Yeah.
Well, he announced reopening an investigation, which typically the FBI doesn't do even on anybody. They're not supposed to, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I find it odd that he's so so against that particular person when there's so many people that he could be going after.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Give him time.
I don't. Yeah. Well, honestly, I don't think he's got but about
2.5 years.
About 6 more months. He may become a lame duck in about 6 months.
Oh,
we got you. Okay.
Yeah, but a lame duck is the most dangerous individual up there in office. Good God.
Yeah, it depends on how he gets handled.
Yeah.
It depends on who's up there, pulling the strings. So
good point. Yeah,
we'll see on that one. But yeah, with the indictment of Comey, I'm interested to see what they're going to say. Is different about what they've had before now.
Well, the only thing that I can see and that I would like to see is if they find something in this that they may be able to show any kind of a pattern of efforts to, go after the president. And if they can do that, there may be some search warrants. You never can tell what they will use this to do.
Mm.
Yeah, and you got to ask yourself, did they pursue Donald Trump criminally? They absolutely did. Did some of his actions, should it have warranted it? Well, the Mar-a-Lago one for sure. I mean, I know he's a former president, but once he's not president anymore, he has supposed to abide by the laws the same as everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did they pursue him? I think we can all agree they did. But did they pursue him for political reasons or because of the actions he took?
The answer to that would be yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Your two-part question, the two answers would be yes and yes.
Right. And I would agree with that. There was some, that were politically motivated, or were using it as political capital, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that they were trying to go after him. But that being said, from my view, I've seen them pursue Hunter Biden pretty strongly over the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like they're calling foul when it's done to them, but then they turn around and do the same thing, and the left may do it just as well. I mean, I'm seeing it done, both ways. But
let's just go through that. Do you think that perhaps if there had been a Republican president who ran against a Republican who ran against Trump for the nomination after his first term, had won, had gotten the nomination from the party, and had been elected as president, that would be two Republicans in a row. Do you think that they would have gone after Trump the same way that this happened?
I don't think if a Republican would have won in 2020, it wasn't Trump.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying. The Republicans don't seem to be wanting to call their own balls and strikes at the moment.
Okay,
so I don't think they would have done. I don't think they would have done it
if a Republican is elected in 2028. A Republican following a Republican, then you think probably the Republican administration at that point in time will not be seeking anything go after Donald J. Trump.
Could be very possible.
There's so many variables and so much time left for him to do something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I could really settle on the answer to that question. I think that
do you think it's less likely that they would go after it if the same party?
I got an answer for you. I believe that the Republicans, as well as the Democrats, are into self-preservation. They're not going to really pursue that hard something that's going to bring the party down.
That's the correct answer.
I knew that's kind of what you were going at, but yeah, I don't think they're going to pursue something that's going to hurt their party.
Mm-hmm.
Just to hold one person accountable.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that plays because it was weird after Nixon. Republicans held pretty strong for a while supporting Nixon even after what he done. And it took years before it was a general consensus that he was a crook.
Well, I think most of us thought he figured it out pretty quickly, but
especially
there was some avid Nixon supporters that just would not give it up.
Well, Nixon was probably one of the best guys for foreign policy that we've had in a long, long time. He just couldn't keep his other political dealings.
He was actually on the track to be a pretty good president, but it don't take but one to wipe out all your enemies.
I think that was when he said, "I am not a crook."
Ew, that was just one punch right there.
His was allowing somebody to record him conspiring to cover up a crime.
He recorded himself. And he recorded himself, and then he erased 18 minutes, was it?
Yeah.
No, baloney.
Right.
I would have erased a whole bit. Nothing would have been there. Oh, but he screwed up pretty bad when he used an agency. When he could have hired some sleazy private detectives if he wanted to. But he used an agency that is, one of the, premier agencies in the world to do the dirty work, required them to go in there and do the dirty work because they could. Oh, dumb. And then they became very ineffective for a decade after that?
Yeah, I would say that that was the whole reason we got President Jimmy Carter.
We got Jimmy Carter, and he neutered
Peanuts.
He neutered the CIA. The CIA did nothing beneficial, and that's the reason that we had some of the issues that started. Because those individuals that were starting those issues in the 80s and into the 90s, they would never have been alive long enough to do what they did. They would have had accidents. Sorry.
Yeah, that's kind of where I fell on that local or that news for today, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it is local. It is local.
Oh, what is local as we can get here?
Yeah.
Right around the corner.
Right around the
Oh,
corner.
that's in your backyard.
Yeah.
Is that where the shell thing was?
Oh, I can give you the
Was it in
address.
Emerald?
I'll give you the
Yeah,
address.
man.
I'll give you the address if you want to see the house.
We'll send it to you.
We'll send.
I'm pretty sure they moved the shells by now, or at least the ocean has.
You may want to go get a picture of yourself in front of this house.
There's a house for sale.
Yeah.
It's not worth as much as it used to be, but Lee will send you the address and you could go look at it. I found the address last night. They're not that super secret.
I was going to say, unless they got more than just him posting that picture, it seems really weak, guys. I mean, with all the things that have been said back and forth over the last few years, ain't that pretty benign?
If they find somebody else doing something similar, okay,
Well,
who's not a
Seems like
politician.
there'd have to be a pattern, or some follow up or something, to
Not
add to
necessarily.
that. Or
well,
something.
let's just say the
Yeah.
grand jury thought it was enough to indict
Yeah.
him. So we'll go from there
And
and
that's why
see
I'm
what
interested
happens.
to see what
Yes.
what they've seen.
We'll have to- we'll
see
get-
what makes that. Because like I say, you think there would have to be more to it than that.
We'll have to get.
Yep.
All right, sir. Thank you.
All right, y'all
Thanks,
have a
Steve.
blessed day.
All right,
You
Have a blessed
too.
day, buddy. Got somebody else on the
That
phone?
was Charlie.
Good morning, Charlie. How are you?
Hey, it's nice to see your second co-host.
Yes,
you.
it is.
Hey, Charlie. Nice to talk to you again.
Hey,
We handcuffed him and brought him in, got him out of jail. He's wearing an ankle bracelet.
I don't know who he is, but I like him. Hey, but listen, I was thinking something. What's that? I was thinking something earlier.
Oh, good.
I don't know if you guys covered this. I'm only 15 minutes in. James Coney,
Oh, yes.
and how they're gonna go after him again.
Since 7 o'clock.
Well, it is on one of our beaches about 10 miles from here. Rayford's, from Rayford's.
Wait, seriously, hold on.
Yeah.
What he did on the beach is about 10 miles from you guys.
Yes, dear.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Oh, wow. Does he live in your community?
No, he doesn't, but he had a
No.
beach house. He rented a house or he stayed there. He did something. It was a routine.
No,
He was friends with the owner of the house.
No, very quickly. I can wrap this up in 1 minute. So I Googled 86 because, I'm not a hunter. I can't even take care of a goldfish. 86 is an American slang term primarily used in the restaurant and hospitality industry to mean get rid of.
What?
Yes.
Pretty much.
That's what it
Okay,
is.
so I didn't know that. No, I know that. But then I Googled, okay, so when I was growing up, I grew up in foster homes, children's homes. I didn't grow up with a family. I would assume that you guys had kids. I would assume that your mother, your father, your grandchildren, or your grandparents, they told you, be a good person, respect the president of the United States. James Comey was the FBI director. He was in charge of 38,000 people.
Yep.
So those 38,000 people, when they went to work every day, they said in their mind, I'm so fortunate, I'm blessed to be, involved with this individual that is protecting
No.
him.
37,000 of them said he's a bum at the time that he was in as the director.
What do you mean? Is that like
They didn't like him.
that?
He was a bum.
But it is bizarre. You would think there's some. I laughed earlier today when you said Jimmy Kimmel wants to be a woman. I really think that's going to come out.
That was yesterday, but yes, I did.
I don't care what he is. But you think about it. The guy, he posted something with seashells on the beach and said, What in tarnation is this? I'm just so gosh darn tootin' rootin' bootin' confused. Those numbers, you couldn't even win the lottery with those numbers. The fact that he did, this guy's a sociopath. I truly believe he's an absolute sociopath. There's something wrong with his brain. And the people that served under him, wow, I feel bad for you, that you honored him, that you respected him, that you listened to him. This is a horrible human being.
They did their jobs in spite of him. I know some of those individuals. I've known them in the past, and you need to pick up a book, The Comey Gang. The Comey Gang, written by a retired FBI agent and a good friend of ours, and he lives right here in Jacksonville as well. But you need to pick up his book, The Comey Gang, and read it.
You know, I don't live in your community. I'm a fairly creative person, maybe not that creative, but I would go to that exact same beach spot where he placed those rocks, and I would come up with a parody. I would put like 5 or 10 different rocks in a formation. I don't know. Yeah, wow.
Not me.
Be very careful putting stuff out there if you mention.
Well, no. I'm not talking about. First of all, okay, can we just admit that 90% of the liberals in America, if Trump was assassinated, they wouldn't care. They would laugh at it.
I think about 50% of them probably would be celebrating, but the other half is not. They're not crazy.
Well, wouldn't it? If you support a party or an organization that you stand by, that means they stand by your values and they represent you.
Well, you know, you don't follow the leader to everything, and you could be led off a cliff.
I get that. Hey, I forgot your co-host's name again. What's his name again?
Chris.
I'm Chris.
Hey, Chris, it is really nice to see you. I think you're an interesting character. I like your what you bring to the table. You're not an arrogant, obnoxious individual.
Like me.
I like you. But I'll just leave it at that.
Thank you, Charlie. I appreciate it. I like you too.
Charlie, we always.
Any chance I could borrow a couple $100, or is that?
There's always a chance.
Yeah.
And listen, guys, I wish you nothing but the best. Have a good day,
Have a
and
blessed day.
keep on
Thank
watching.
you. Thank you, Charlie.
Blessed day.
Take care. Bye.
You know, to give Comey his due, he did say he was innocent, by the way.
Did he say he was innocent or not guilty?
He
Chris
said
and
he
I-
was innocent.
Chris and I are going to the courthouse when he appears.
He said he was innocent.
Hey, Jamie, what's happening?
Let me just, if I could go back to what Charlie mentioned about the comments about Jimmy Kimmel. Well, only because of two things. One, I liked George Clooney as an actor. Can't stand him as a person, but I like him as an actor, and he probably doesn't even know or care about me. But I thought what was interesting is he was talking about Caroline Levitt and her comments.
Yeah, well,
and
I felt so sorry for her.
I do too. But let people know ahead of time this. She is not fired. She is getting temporary leave because she is an expectant mother.
She's 8.5 months pregnant.
Yeah.
She's taking
maternity leave.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think she ought to stay on the job.
just like at the podium going,
Bring the doctor with her.
my water just broke.
Yeah. But
Carry a bucket.
yeah.
Clooney's
saying that what she said was no different than what Kimmel said. Kimmel has a way of just running his mouth and saying the wrong things and being somewhat comedic myself, if that's the word. None of that stuff was funny.
Well, he hates Trump, and we all know that if you've ever watched him.
Well, let's just
It's
put it this way.
continuous.
If Johnny Carson had said something like that, it would have been taken as a joke
Right.
because he got along with all sides. If Jay Leno had said it, and he said all sorts of things about every president, he didn't care, but he used it. It was a joke. I don't think either one of them would have crossed over to the death part.
Right.
I don't think that either one of them would. They may have when you were like I used to, and I don't have to anymore. But with Saddam Hussein, oh yeah, I fixed up a thing one time before he was dead, date of birth to date of death.
Right.
So just because that's just the way I felt. And then Osama bin Laden, Osama been killed. That's the way I look at it now. That's what I called him out to the fact. But Osama to be killed is what I said beforehand. But seriously, those are enemies of ours.
Mm-hmm.
They were enemies of ours. I don't care whether you like the president or not. First of all, if you don't like the president, you don't like the president. The first lady, no, that's not permitted. The children are not permitted unless the children get out there like George Bush's children did and cut the fool. Get busted for pot and whatever else, doing stupid stuff. Then they're fair game. But when you start picking on them, the president or anybody's wife or spouse, anybody's spouse or whatever, then you crossed over. You crossed over to Never land, and I don't mean that other one.
I think
do it.
One of the differences, in my opinion, he was dressed in a tuxedo doing a skit.
Yeah.
But he comes back days later and says, "Oh, but wait a minute! I was talking about the age difference because she's younger than me, and he's
puke on your stupidity."
Here's two problems I find with that. Number one, he's got a history of slamming Trump and making his hatred known for Trump. And number two, there's been 2 prior assassination attempts that we know about against Trump. So his remarks, Jimmy Kimmel's remarks, in my opinion, were insensitive. They were ill-timed, and he's an idiot.
That's pretty.
Well, that's like 1, 2, and 3. You got them all.
Yeah.
You're out.
Throw Stephen Colbert in there too.
Oh, yes. Well, I've never watched him.
Right. Toss would be okay, too.
I quit watching Jimmy Kimmel a couple years ago because he was just relentless about the president. And whether you agree or don't agree, it was just not the time and place for
it. If that is your only thing that you got to deal with as a comedian,
right,
then guess what? You suck.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't find his jokes funny.
Yeah, I don't either.
I'm just not a fan, never have been. Like I told you, I did tune in the other night just to see what his response was going to be. And it was as expected. I was just kidding. I didn't do anything wrong. And then he has to bring up Carolyn Levitt saying, what did she do that's not even worse than what I did? She was being interviewed prior to the dinner and made a joke about, Trump's remarks are, they're good. And she said, expect shots to be fired. Yeah. Meaning him firing shots at news reporters.
Which is what he said he was intending to do.
When she said that, I didn't even think about an assassination attempt, nothing, death, nothing. I just thought Trump's getting ready to rip them all, in fun, in jest. And so now Jimmy Kimmel's trying to compare what she said to what he said. And I'm like, there is no comparison.
How many times have people who are not even nautical people said, we're going to put a shot across the bow?
Yes.
What does that mean? I know what it means in the Navy and the Coast Guard.
That's the first thing.
We're going to put one across the bow and you better be heating. Heave to is what it means.
Right.
Y'all, when I put one across your bow.
Right.
But, it's a big old bullet going across your bow.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you guys or somebody on land says, well, I'm going to put one across his bow. No, you're just going to tell them that, warn him about something, right? That's what it means. Literally, second shots don't go across the bow.
Well, you have to be responsible for what you say. I mean, actions have consequences. Yeah. As a young lady that was working for United Healthcare, just recently went on TikTok, and she appeared to be sympathetic to the weekend attempt to assassinate President Trump, but it showed her, it turned. The clip shows a woman reaction to the news of the attempted assassination, which happened Saturday night. She says her initial reaction was to assume the incident was probably fake, before adding that her second thought was, they missed. And she put that on social media, and she's an employee of United Healthcare whose CEO Brian Thompson was assassinated.
Mhm.
Remember in December
Yeah.
2024 in the streets of New York. And
Is she still employed?
no, she's
I'll be
fired.
doggone. How about that?
She's fired. And
How do you? I'm just shocked and dismayed that they did that.
now is the reports are saying that she did work there as the social media accountant. And she was in charge of the social media. She was the manager of that at United Healthcare.
So they got an opening.
Yeah.
I can go. How much you paying? I can do it
But
from here
you know what?
for a day.
You actions have consequences.
Okay. Winds and seas should be diminishing, but they haven't
Ooh,
been.
weather.
National Weather Service expects calmer seas, but that's not happening. Westerly winds 10 to 15 knots today, seas 5 to 7 feet. That's kind of big. There's a slight chance of showers this morning. Increasing chance of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon in the ocean. Northerly winds 15 to 20 tomorrow. Still pretty gusty, gust up to 25, seas 5 to 7, a chance of showers in the afternoon again. Bring them on. Friday, northeasterly winds 10 to 15 knots, switching around to the east in the afternoon, seas 4 to 6 feet, a chance of showers in the afternoon. What are you whispering about?
I know, and I was just messing on Chris.
I'm sorry.
He was just so. Go ahead, continue.
I finished
You finished. Okay, I wasn't sure.
because you weren't
I
listening.
was watching.
No, I was listening, but I
watching
never
a
know
cannon
sometimes
shoot a gun
when.
over the bow.
Today, a chance of showers and possibly a thunderstorm, mostly cloudy. Well, cloudy with a high near 74. Tonight, a chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy with a low around 57. Thursday, a slight chance of morning showers, cloudy with a high near 76. And Friday, a slight chance of showers in the afternoon, partly sunny with a high near 73. And I still want to know what the difference is between partly cloudy and partly sunny.
Half
It is
full
or
and
something.
half empty.
My aunt used to say she could not stand when the weatherman up in Syracuse would say light snow or heavy snow. Snow is snow.
I agree with you.
It used to bug her to know.
Some of the things.
You know what bugs me, and it should bug you too, because you work radio. The correct Eastern Standard Time is there is no such thing as the incorrect time.
Yeah.
There's only one time, and it's got to be correct.
Steve calling.
There's
Well,
only one time.
I will say this about Trump. He doesn't hold back against the press. He, like Norah O'Donnell, he let her have it, and he should have let her have it
Right.
during the interview the day after the attempt, and the guy said he was going after the president and high administrative officials. For her to be saying the comments that she made,
I've seen both sides of that, where people were saying that the president had no right to be disrespectful to her, but I felt like her interview was a hit job.
I probably would not have been disrespectful, would I?
Yeah,
Hey,
you
Steve,
got
how
it
are you?
left.
Hey guys, sorry to call back in. Joel.
Don't apologize.
Jump in with you on the Jimmy Kimmel thing.
Okay.
Please.
I thought the joke was poor taste.
Thank you.
But that being said, sometimes he's funny, sometimes he's not, to me. I could say the same thing about Johnny Carson when I watched him when I was young, is that some things he said were funny and some things weren't. But I think the real question everybody should be asking is, why is the President of the United States of America taking up so much time with what a comedian says about him?
I agree with that.
Jimmy Kimmel made jokes about Joe Biden's age all through Joe Biden's presidency.
Yeah, but Joe
He
didn't know
never
it.
engaged. Well, maybe he didn't, but you can go back to the president before, Trump first term. You can go back to, Barack Obama. They all made jokes about him.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one that is letting it take up all this real estate in his head.
Here's the only thing that I've got to say is that Jimmy's jokes about bringing Melania in it, because he doesn't like her. He doesn't like her because she's Trump's wife. Okay, we know that he has serious issues, but to bring up the wife or the children, unless they're part of the whole process, like the Bush children were getting out there playing the stupid games that they did, then they become newsmakers. But the other times, they are not part of the skits. They should not be part of the skits.
And like I say, I didn't find it very funny or in good taste. But it's not in a vacuum. Once again, Trump has been going back and forth with Jimmy Kimmel the whole year he's been in office.
Has he said anything about Jimmy Kimmel's wife?
To be honest with you, I ain't kept up with the details
He's
of it.
married?
But Trump isn't known for holding his tongue or,
But you haven't heard him go after Jimmy Kimmel's wife, or
I wouldn't say that I paid enough attention to it.
Has he said anything about Comey's wife?
Probably not.
Okay.
I haven't heard anybody say anything about Comey's wife. And I get this one instance.
Yeah.
And I agree. That was a poor joke. But the bigger picture is that the President of the United States has got more important things to deal with than worrying about what a comedian says about him.
I wouldn't worry about it.
And on any level.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter who the president is, they should not, in my opinion, should not be spending their brain power on worrying about what a late night talk show comedian is saying about them.
Yeah, if I was in his shoes, the first time I got to a podium and I had the right audience, if I was the president, after somebody like Jimmy Kimmel did what he did, I said, I would have some kind of a smart remark, a one-liner, and it would be done with it. I'd do it on the same type of venue that he used, and I would be done with it, but that would not be part of my entire performance for the evening or in the media or anywhere else. That's the way I would handle it. Done.
And then also, I think a big issue here as well is a president of the United States calling for a company to fire one of their.
It's improper. He has that's none of his business.
No, he was off base on that one, Steve. I agree with you.
He's done it before, though.
I know he has,
and it's not right.
That's something we shouldn't allow. You do not want this shoe on the other foot.
Nope.
That's the thing that gets me about it the most is that if we don't do something about that, then a Democrat president is going to do it, and ain't nobody going to listen to us when we start crying about it.
Yeah, when they start doing something like that, it'd be just like, okay, Mr. President, you need to be firing that cook in your office there. He needs to go. What? That's none of my business. It's none of your business either, and it's none of anybody else's business.
I don't see the FCC pulling any ABC. It's not going to happen, and expediting for their license.
It's going to happen. They're going to be renewed. This does not even come under anywhere near that kind of, because if it was done and he called for somebody, if Jimmy Kimmel had called for somebody on that stupid show, if he had called for somebody to go in there and do something and try to make a joke of it, I think somebody needs to go in and make her a widow today. Now that I would arrest him, number one, and number two, I'd pull him off the air. And I'd probably, if the FCC would have grounds to go after ABC.
Well,
and I'd also like to say that Greg Gutfeld and Jesse Waters have said some pretty, some similar things about Joe Biden in their shows.
Yep.
And, I don't particularly care for them. And you know what I do? I turn the channel.
That's what you do.
I don't watch it. I just don't watch it. And I turn the channel on Kimmel at times. Sometimes I watch him, and then sometimes he gets on my nerves, and I'll turn it off.
You got WABC, WCBS, WNBC, KNBC, KABC, KCBS. You've got WECT, WITN, WNCT, and you know what other channel you got? WOFF.
Yep.
Right. So that's. I don't know. It feels like we're getting stuck in the weeds on something that really shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, we got Iran we got to deal with. We got Iran we got to deal with. We got the Straits of Hormuz we got to deal with. We got stuff we got to deal with. And we got vessels that are trying to get through to Iran that we have to send a stinking destroyer after to stop them, to drop in on them with ropes, so we can make sure that they're legitimate, they're okay, and they're not smuggling stuff in because they didn't heave to. Yeah, we've got things to worry about. We got 3,500 Marines over there right now that we need to worry about.
Yeah. And that's my point, is that every spare moment he's got to be contemplating something, I'd rather him be contemplating that than worrying about
Jimmy
what
Kimmel is a pimple on his butt, as far as I'm
It
concerned.
should be, but instead it's a big thorn in his side.
That's the
He's
problem.
letting it be.
Pop
you
the
know?
pimple. Don't worry about it. Be gone.
Right.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Well, that was my 2 cents.
I gave you a nickel's worth, didn't I?
Well,
Thank you, Steve.
I do want to say that the liberal elites and their late night mouthpieces have seemingly forgotten about the high profile cancellations that have occurred in recent years, especially involving people on the left side. I mean, remember when they were calling, when they were trying to X out Roseanne Barr for her iconic 2018 comeback over what was considered to be racist tweets. And she was taken off the show. And President Obama was calling for, her cancellation. And I mean, there's who can forget that Gina Carano, also employed by Disney, was fired in February 2021 after she made posts online that mocked the use of pronouns while also criticizing COVID-19 policies. I mean, Tucker Carlson. Look at Tucker Carlson. The left went after him. And so, it's both sides. It's both sides. But let me ask you this,
when
Rayford.
they militarize the government for their ulterior motives, we have a problem. And it should be nipped in the bud.
But I like what you said, Rayford. The first ladies and the
It's off
children
limits.
off limits.
It should,
That's it.
it
Always
should
have
be that
been.
way.
That should have been.
Always
You
have
know,
been.
They didn't shed any tears when Megyn Kelly was fired from Fox News. I mean, it's both sides. It's both sides. And we all know that Trump
I
is
didn't either, by the
very vocal, very vocal.
He is.
He's not like your past presidents. Trump is very vocal. But put yourself, and I just want to say, let's look at the other side of this. Put yourself in Trump's shoes.
Mm-hmm.
You've had people going after you for years, putting knives in your bag, making accusations.
Yeah.
Don't you? Would you ever get to the point that, hey, it's time to fight back, or it's time to say,
I have fought back a little bit about things like that.
right?
But you know what? I got nowhere. At the end of the day, I was tired and nothing changed. It didn't even satisfy me when I got through with it.
I feel that way too, and I feel like there's no sense
If I could
going
punch
after
your
some.
lights out, that'd be a different story.
I mean, yeah, really. I mean, is it going to keep me from sleeping at night? No, but Trump is a very high-profile figure. He always has been, and even
He
more
just
so now.
He can't stand anybody thinking they can get away with it because he could fire them before. You can't fire anybody.
Well,
you
how
want
many
to now,
times has he
Donnie.
been impeached? And now they're already talking to the Democrats.
Oh, good luck on that one.
Gain control.
Waste more time, more of my time.
I know it's stupid. It's stupid.
The president, minutes after that attack Saturday night, said another dinner will be scheduled within a month. That's a great idea, or at least it was Saturday.
Mm.
It was Saturday, a good idea to say that. But growing information through some of our intelligence groups right now that I'm reading from the intelligence groups should put a hold on that dinner until further notice. There should not be another dinner at this time unless you can put it in on a military compound, period.
Just cancel it.
We understand that the country is filled with unfiltered, out of control individuals who, like many in the past 150 years, see the head of the nation as the sources of all problems facing Americans. 150 years we've been going through this. Cole Allen was not the first nut job to go after a president.
No.
Oh, no.
Mm-mm.
Go back to the likes of John Wilkes Booth, Lee Harvey Oswald, and John Hinckley. 2 killed presidents, the 3rd tried. In Lincoln's case, as the end of the Civil War played out, a lot of people were unhappy with the president. His death should not have been a surprise, but it was. Nobody would go after the president, would they? Yes, they did. The fact that other presidents were not as hated by so many people before the Civil War as Lincoln makes the attack, looking back, it's understandable that somebody went after him right at the end of the war. People were mad. that war ended like it did. That no one was concerned with Lincoln's safety is still a surprise. He went to a theater 5 days after the surrender in Richmond, 5 days about. He surrendered. They surrendered. The South surrendered. And he goes to a theater with a single bodyguard. And then he goes into a balcony in a room full of people. No, that wouldn't happen today. Thank God. With Kennedy, other than the Cold War, the blockade of Cuba to keep Russian ships from delivering missiles to Cuba, looking back, historians will look at Kennedy as a likely target. I looked at him as a target then. I said, oh my God. I thought it. I was a kid. I was listening to him on shortwave radio broadcasts about that Cuba thing.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that. So I didn't think that was a surprise. The sudden death before he could talk of his assassin adds to the whole mystery, doesn't it? Jack Ruby killing Lee Harvey Oswald.
Mm-hmm.
With Reagan, a straight up nut job. John Hinckley had an obsession with an actress. What better way to get her attention than killing another actor turned president?
If John Hinckley had gone out on the beach
crazy.
A couple days before that and took seashells and put 8647 on there, do you think that would have been a red flag?
Nope. It would not.
But our former FBI director, who's been under fire and
it would not at that time, but things have changed since
Right.
then. Saturday night's accused assailant is more complex. Other than being an obvious Trump hater, what specifically tripped his trigger this time? That's what I want to know. What tripped his? What made him do this? Investigators and federal profilers want to know, not to use to convict him, because he's convicted. He's a done deal.
Yeah.
But to see if there are things that we, the media, the president, the opposition party, and entertainers need to consider before we spout our rhetoric. We don't know. What's concerning, or should be right now, is that we have, like we did in the 1960s, foreign enemies that would love nothing more than to kill our leaders. After all, we've targeted any number of foreign big guys, haven't we? And we've killed them dead, haven't we? We've gone after their leaders. Why do you not think they're going to come after ours? You can bet that assassins and foreign governments have studied Cole Allen's tactics last Saturday and are working on a plan that they hope would work. They're working on a plan now as we speak.
Oh, I'm sure.
Every one of them out there. Some of them will say, no, that's not going to work. We're not going to do it, the smart ones. But we don't have a lot of smart people out there in this world who would like to kill the president. But there will be other attempts. There's not a doubt in my mind. The president does not need to be at another party with 2,000 dressed up people.
2,000 anybody.
2,000 anybody.
Yeah.
It just doesn't need to be there in a room that has 33 entrances.
Mm-hmm.
And a whole bunch of agents. Wow.
Yeah.
You can't put enough guards in that place to stop somebody from getting in.
They've had these things in the past. But it's just like, Rayford, you can say, okay, this time we've learned from this. This is what happened. All right, we're not going to do that again. They can go to a different venue and something may happen there. I mean, it's just crazy.
The chances of another airplane attacking the World Trade Center or anything else in this country that is hijacked
very slim.
Was almost nil.
Mm-hmm.
Is increasing because we're laxing our security a lot. We're getting to a point we're not nearly as secure as we were. Things are getting through airports. Boy, they're catching a lot, but a lot of stuff is still getting through the airports. And people, the bad people, will wait and see how this guy tried. Wow, he almost got through.
Mm-hmm.
If he could have gotten through and gotten into that room, that yes, it had a lot of security people at different tables. He could have unloaded 6 rounds from that shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
5, I think he had 5 left from that pump action shotgun, and he had a pistol. But he could have unloaded that. Do you know how many people he would have killed? None of those people were wearing vests.
Of course.
But you talked about, they were talking about doing it again or something. But this is a correspondent sponsored event. So
not
didn't they?
That's right.
Trump hasn't been to any of them until this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have to go. I mean, it just cancel it and move on. Yeah, big deal. You know, you don't have to have it.
What's the purpose of it? Is for the president to get up and give shots that he can't. Well, he does. Never mind. He does it during the
black suit outside the door.
Here's what he can do. He can do it virtually.
Yeah,
that's an idea.
Well, you know,
Do it from the White House virtually.
why do we even have to have it? Let the correspondence dinner go on with another guest speaker, whatever. It's not something that has to be done.
Let them have
And
their
why
own speaker.
risk it?
Let them pick their own speaker.
Well, the mentalist talked about it. Who was the entertainer?
Yeah.
Right.
And he said, I was scared when they pushed him down. They told him to get down, and he wouldn't get down.
He would know because
he's like,
you will get down when
You
the
will
Secret
get-
Service tells
yeah.
you to get down.
Right. Yeah.
They are in charge.
That
Well-
mentalist knew.
look, when he was shot in Pennsylvania and they were trying, they jumped on him and took him to the ground, and he was fighting them coming back up, and he
by
was
that
like, no.
time, the guy was dead.
Yeah, but
They
they
put
didn't
a
know
round
that
in
at the
his head.
time. They didn't know that at the time. There
The
was so
Secret
much
Service
going on.
agents knew it.
But Trump didn't know it.
Oh,
They
he
were
was
still,
hard-headed, though.
but see, they don't know how many. They did not know
That's
how many
the problem.
shooters.
Yeah.
Even
Could have
when
been more than one
even
shooter.
When you take one down, as they did this guy, he was
Right.
down before they got out of that room.
Mm-hmm.
He was on the ground.
Until they get the president completely out of the area, you're treated as if you've got 2, 3, 4
Oh yeah,
more shooters.
absolutely.
So
Well, if you've probably never seen as they're leading them through a protected
Right.
area that they've already secured in the past.
That's right.
They've got that as planned
right.
for the absolute worst case scenario, and they'd be gone in 2 seconds.
I was curious how they had the cameras already set when they were showing Mike Johnson running through a corridor.
That was somebody taking a video. This was
Oh,
during the
gosh,
whole
yeah.
thing.
There was a whole
Everybody
lot of
had
that
cameras.
Yeah.
One of the clowns in there raised his camera. One of the news guys raised his phone up, his camera up, and Secret Service, get that thing down. I mean,
Yeah.
I heard that on the video.
Well, you never know. I mean, you don't be raising stuff up in the
No,
air
that's
doing this. You just need a hands up, get your head down, whatever.
This is not a gun, y'all. Just make sure
I'll be under the table.
hands wide open where they can see them. Everything.
The only thing you'd see out of me is the heels of my shoes underneath that tablecloth.
You would have
Oh.
thought, right? But I was watching it on C-SPAN, and they were scanning the room after they said, okay, and then they told everybody, leave. That's it. It's done. You need to leave.
Right.
People were sitting at tables eating.
Well, we
People were-
talked about that yesterday.
Yeah, I knew you
Love
did.
the one
Yeah.
woman who was
Yeah.
taking the champagne.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
She had
It was
taken
so
all
great.
the, but
Why not?
but what I liked is what they said about the staff at the hotel.
Right.
That they're very experienced at putting on large events.
Right.
They know how to wrap them up fast, and they did.
Yep, they did.
I mean, it was like clockwork
Wonder
the
if
way they
the,
did it.
the
They wanted
guest
to
in
get
the
out of there.
hotel got
Yeah.
some free late night food.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they were chowing down somewhere.
Like, in our lobby, we will be serving.
If they've got prime rib there, I've been. Yep, Bubba.
Yeah.
I just take the best part.
You know, you can go to those hotels where they have that area where, like, every afternoon around 5:00,
Yeah.
they have hot dogs or they
Yeah.
have burritos or tacos or whatever. I imagine.
You go to
I
nice
imagine those
places.
people were eating good at that hotel.
You go to pretty fancy places. I usually go. There's chips and pretzels if you're lucky.
I mean, now I stayed at a hotel in Charlotte when I was up there working for a couple of weeks, and I would come back every day, to the room, and they always had like cocktail hour or whatever in the bar, or sometimes outside they would be cooking hamburgers, hot dogs. It was free.
Wow.
And then there was like taco night, and I never had to buy food because they had the continental breakfast in the morning. And then when I would come back from doing what I was doing, they would always enough food for dinner for me.
Mhm.
I mean, it was a pretty nice hotel. Government was
Shout
paying
out.
for it, but
She
I was
carried a
like-
cooler and brought it home while they had too.
like, if I could have. Really? Well, you talk about actions have consequences, and just recently, yesterday, a Hubert man was arrested. I don't know if you saw this. 23-year-old Dylan Warburton. He was arrested yesterday
What did he
on
do?
charges of communicating threats and cyber stalking. The warrant alleges that he sent a series of threatening text messages to the victim, including messages that threatened physical harm. Investigators say the messages also included images of bullets and a firearm, no seashells, and were sent in a way that would cause a reasonable person to fear the threats could be carried out.
Dudes, this is a different time, different world. You can't do things like that.
$1,000
you
bond.
cannot. That's all.
Yeah, only $1,000 bond, and he's scheduled to appear in court on May 18th, 2026. Now, I just like, why only $1,000 bond? I had him up on the sheriff's app.
Well, he's probably got no history. He's probably, because he was just being stupid this time. He's probably a decent guy all the way around. And for whatever reason, he did this. If he's got no history and he's, or even if he's got a history and he shows up in court, they will base it. The bond is there to make sure that you come to court. And if you've never shown any reason that you have not been to court, then push.
But Rayford, I understand what you're saying, but if you're communicating a threat to somebody,
you're accused of it.
Okay, but they have it in writing, Anyway, the evidence shows that he was sending threatening text messages to the victim, including messages that threatened physical harm and included images of bullets and firearms. I would just think that was a little serious. And for $1,000 bond, I'm not a magistrate. I don't know how it works.
Bonds are not there to punish. Bonds are there to ensure that you will show up in court.
So he gets out of jail.
Yes.
And then he goes and kills the person.
That's, another offense.
So it's 10%. He gets out on $100, right?
If he gets
secured
10 or 15%, if it's secured bond,
yes,
he's got to come up with the money.
$1,000.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Maybe that was a misprint. 10,000 would seem more reasonable to me, though.
Well, it's interesting. Coming up Friday, a lot of schools in the state of North Carolina are having a teacher's workday. The school board,
bringing that up.
You're welcome. The school boards and I haven't heard about ours yet, but I know Pender County yesterday passed it. I don't know why they have to pass it by the board that says it's a teacher's workday, because they're not going to work. They're going to Raleigh to have a word with our legislators. But I thought it was interesting that a mass amount of school systems in Onslow County are calling, or not Onslow County, but in North Carolina are calling for Teachers Workday on Friday.
I remember, where was it?
That means they get paid and don't get docked, and the school's out.
And they're not working.
And the kids don't have to.
Right.
Well, they're going to say that they're working because they're going to the legislature.
Well, they're taking leave. I think it was a Pitt County says something like over. It was one of the big counties says something over 500 teachers put in Pitt for County, a day of leave.
Yeah.
And they decided to end up, closing the school, and now it's going.
Well, we're the only state in the United States that doesn't have a state budget.
Yeah.
And
know that.
And so my question is this: tax return time. You don't get your tax return, right?
I guess. I didn't get one. I had to pay.
So they'll take it, but they won't give it.
Yep.
Yeah.
They take it, but they don't give it.
And I thought, not that it means anything, but I thought it was interesting. Our governor was meeting with in Wrightsville Beach with the Sheriff's Association. Every one of those sheriffs were wearing a tie, a shirt and tie, had a nice jacket on.
Nice.
And he comes up, no tie on. He never wear it. Yeah. I mean,
speaking of sheriffs, Asa Buchanan just announced Buck. There is an actor, Asa Buchanan, and he looks like Asa Buck. But Asa Buck yesterday announced his retirement effective June 1st.
Oh, really?
Losing a good one.
Leaving early.
Yeah, June 1st. Yeah. So I wish him the best. He is a great sheriff. He is a great sheriff.
I liked Asa.
Yeah, Asa Buchanan. What show was he on? He was on a soap opera.
I don't know. Beginning in 2024, West Virginia voters have been switching political parties. A lot of them Democrats have lost almost 17,000 voters who have switched to the Republican Party. That's not all. Another 12,000 Democrats became unaffiliated. And a real interesting note, 7,500 Republicans became unaffiliated. Everybody's disenfranchised, right? An obvious indication that voters of both parties are not happy with their parties. 5,000 unaffiliated voters became Democrats. That's surprising. And 2,400 Republicans became Democrats. That's really surprising in Virginia, West Virginia. West Virginia, as of March, had 1.1 million registered voters. There's a primary election next month in West Virginia. That's switching parties. That's a significant number out of only 1.1 million registered voters. We have, 8.9 million in North Carolina or something like that? Whatever it is.
Let me look.
A bunch of
Continue on.
But West Virginia's only got 1.1 million, so 17,000 voters that switched, Democrats switched to the Republican Party. That's interesting. 12,000 Democrats became unaffiliated. That means they could vote Republican in the Republican Party as a Republican. And 7,500 Republicans became unaffiliated, meaning that could vote Democrat or Republican. Goodness.
7,751,262
Oh,
In North Carolina.
in North Carolina.
So we got 7 times as many voters in North Carolina as they have in West Virginia. So these numbers here could be significant in the West Virginia elections.
I found interesting that 2 Democrats in the North Carolina House left the Democratic Party and went independent.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out the purpose of that, other than
I think there was one that lost the primary as a Democrat, and now she's changed her party affiliation to unaffiliated and trying to get on the ballot in November. I don't think she can.
I don't think she can either now.
I don't think so.
But if you're in right now as a Democrat, and you now say I'm no longer a Democrat, I'm an independent.
Yeah.
What would you be on the ballot?
I don't know. In North Carolina, I don't have a clue.
Is that unaffiliated?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, basically,
you're a
they don't
Democrat.
have a primary. I mean, but they've got to go on the ballot.
They got to be on the ballot.
Yeah, in November.
And that way people, whatever. Who knows?
Well, yeah. Right now, Onslow has increased to 133,196 registered voters.
Y'all get out and vote, for God's sakes.
We're going to harp on it every day.
We're going to beat you. We're going to
Every
beat you
day.
silly.
We're going to talk
Verbally.
about voting.
We've got those who are not registered need to register. But the biggest thing is all of y'all who are registered, regardless of what your party affiliation is, vote. November's right around the corner. Every vote counts. Trust me.
It's not like you don't have plenty of time to vote.
Oh, but that's what they say is that's okay. My vote won't make a difference.
What's it does
That's what
make
they
a
Just
say.
don't die
We know
before
that.
all
election
the
We know
day.
votes are added up, and it goes to the state level, like for the state senate. Every vote in Onslow County is going to count, and even if this whoever you vote for in Onslow County, if you're a voter, if you vote for a Democrat or vote for a Republican in November, those votes go to the state level, and they're counted at a state level, and every vote will be added to whoever you voted for, to that party. It's important to vote. It's really important. If you're unaffiliated, guys, shame on you. You didn't turn out like you should have. I'm ashamed of you. Coming up next week, Rich Lands and the Piggly Wiggly, the WCTI weather team will be there, led by Donnie Cox. I wonder if he's got some kind of a suit. He needs a weatherman suit.
Oh, no, he signed
uniform.
my weather radio.
When he was in the Richlands parade, he wasn't. He was dressed warm though.
I bet he was. But anyway, Donnie Cox from WCTI will be there, as well. A bunch of those ham radio guys. They'll be taking shifts. Starts at 11 o'clock. I think we have together, or the hams have together by 10:30 or something to get ready. Find a nice comfortable seat, and they'll be programming your radios. So you buy a radio at the Piggly Wiggly, or you bring one from somewhere else that you bought it, or bring one that's an old one that you have that when you lived up in, Maryland. You don't probably care what's going on up there weather-wise, but you get it reprogrammed for the weather stations in this area that you want to be hearing about the counties. So that's going to be Monday, May 6th at the Richlands and Piggly at the Richlands at the Piggly Wiggly store. A week later, it's going to be in Newbern at the Down East Ace Hardware. A week after that, the 20th is going to be at Emerald Isle at the Sound Ace Hardware. And then again back in Jacksonville on the 27th at Jacksonville Ace Hardware on Henderson Drive. That's across from the high school. The address is 1050 if you got to look for it.
1050. Just want to remind everyone that this Saturday is John Slow Eats, the Salvation Army's
Bring
big
it on.
fundraiser is at 261 Northwest Corridor Boulevard, which is the Regional Skills Building. As soon as you see the tax office on your right, just go up a little bit and
Turn your
it'll be
nose
on
and
your
take a
left.
left.
And it's on the same road as the tax office, but it's on the left further up. The tickets are $15 a piece to come in as a spectator, as a person who's hungry.
Yeah, 'cause
Any
you get
12
to
and
eat
under's
for-
free.
You get to eat a sample of everybody that's there.
Right, 12 and under's free. The Salvation Army will be providing sides to go with the food also. You can buy a voting ticket for $1 for one ticket, 6 voting tickets for $5, and etc. And you pick the one that you like the best, the more bestest, and you put that ticket in their bucket.
And we're going to have a team there, of course. And
Yes,
I'm
we're gonna
cooking
have
some
a
good
team.
stuff. I hope it's going to be good stuff.
Team
I
Live
bought
and
a
Local
bunch
Real
of-
Talk is going to be there as, again, this is our 4th year now.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, we've been there every year since it started, but it's lots of fun. They'll have door prizes also. Well, I say that they have been.
Yeah, we don't know.
So
You going to go around with your camera, video recording again?
I could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And right now, according to what I saw, they were looking to raise 15,000, and from what I saw, they've already gotten that.
Yay. Let's go. Keep going.
But,
Keep going. More.
Blue Cross Blue Shield donated
Yay
$1,000.
for them.
First Bank donated $1,000. They're showing some of the donors already. Castle Mortgage Company donated $500. Coastline Controls and Electrical donated $1,500.
My goodness.
Wow. Vance Murphy Real Estate $500. Acre Mortgage and Financial $500. Are these people in our area?
Yep.
This is what they're showing. So Duke Energy $500. You may
Yeah.
not like Duke, but they're very giving.
I like them better down.
They're very giving. Brad Inspects donated $500. Oh, wait a minute. Who is Captain Darlene Simmert? According to this, it says donated $8,000.
What?
Wow, 24 days ago. Alonzo donated
We
$500.
got to find out about her. I
Oh,
like her really good.
she wants to
$8,000.
buy Marine Federal, of course, as always, $500. Quartermaster Volunteer Fire Department, $250. And it sounds like that might be your call.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
We're going to. Anyway,
Good timing.
coming up tomorrow, our favorite
Mhm.
sports editor. Very good. We've tried to do that while you were gone, and it was a big fail. I didn't
It's
even.
talking to my buddy Chris.
But our
Looking forward
most
to it.
famous and favorite sports editor with the Daily News will be calling in with all the latest in high school sports.
Looking forward to it.
And my wife is ready.
She's ready.
Well, in 20 minutes.
Well,
Okay.
there you go.
We all make flubs,
Yay.
right?
Yes, we do. Every
Everybody
day.
except Chris. Especially when we read material prepared by other people.
Right.
If you're up here reading stuff and somebody else has written it,
Yes.
doubly especially when we haven't read any of that material beforehand.
Right.
Mhm. News anchors, the smart ones, will
Mhm.
pre-read the scripts before the show kicks off
Right.
every night on the news. The scripts they read are written by various reporters and producers. All of the reporters and all the producers don't necessarily spell stuff correctly or other things. The smart anchors will often make subtle changes to make the copy flow a little bit better with their styles. I had one anchor, he loved to do that because he wanted it like it was coming from him. At the same time, they almost always find a mistake or two. Not sure who wrote the copy for our sweetheart, Representative Ilhan Omar, but it certainly didn't take folks very long to point out what Illy baby should have been seen in immediately, even if she had not seen the copy in advance. Omar, the first Somali American member of Congress, made the error during her opening remarks at a Democratic news conference last year. I think it's just resurfaced. The Congresswoman railed that the last time the Alien Enemies Act was invoked, it was used to detain and deport German, Japanese, Italian immigrants during World War XI.
Oh. Now I make my blubs, but not that. No.
Obviously, World War II, the Roman numeral 2 was written for her as the Roman numeral 2, which looks a little like an 11, I guess.
I bet everybody was standing there going like, what?
What Sam Hill is this woman?
Well, I saw someone that I know
I think it's hilarious.
that was doing a press conference for the
We
state
all made stupid stuff.
GOP,
That
and
one
she
was-
kept saying hyperboil. And I'm
Hyperboil?
like, hyperbole.
That's one of the major boils that you
And
get
I
on
was
your
like,
butt. You know what I mean?
hyperboil.
When you ride horses, that's a hyperboil.
On national TV now, and I'm like, oh man, even I know that one. Hyperboil.
All right, guys, we're through, and we're also through.
With Drew.
And we'll be back tomorrow. So you guys have a great rest of your day.
Yeah.
And be safe out there. You're live and
That's
local.
right.
Real talk. Go great that we got the three of us here. The gruesome
good to be
threesome.
back.
Yay. And we will see you in the morning bright
Right,
and
we'll
early.
be here.
Have a good
Have a
rest of
blessed
your
day.
day. Goodbye.